Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Rock thumb.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Somebody got an echo.
Yeah, somebody playing something in the background.
Shalom, shalom.
Somebody got an echo.
Yeah, somebody playing something in the background. So bear with us, Israel. Let's try to see if we can get this together. Hold on 1 second. Hey, that was you, Yahweh. Some in your background. I don't know if it's your computer or what, but it was some in your background when I muted you and went off. All right, Kari, you good?
Khan. Am I all clear? Like,
yeah, you clear.
Khan.
You clear. Hey, Yahweh, you go ahead and unmute.
Am I all clear? Like,
you clear. Yeah, you still got some in the background, King. Hey, Yahweh, go ahead and unmute. Go ahead, I don't want Benaiah.
Am I all clear? Like, you're on mute, Adawan.
Hey, bear with us, Israel. Bear with us. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Satan trying to early. We normally don't have these issues. I don't know what's happening. Yahweh, go ahead and try one more time, King. Unmute real quick, Yahweh. All right, do a mic check real quick.
Shalom.
There we go. You good now?
Okay, time.
All praises. So I'm just here to help, you know what I'm saying? So whoever's controlling the class, y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. Shalom to the people on the chat. All right, and I'm gonna get in the background.
All right, Khan. Hey, Shalom, Israel. Again, hey, I apologize for any hiccups that we had. But nevertheless, we're gonna get into this lesson. Yo, as always, I'm not gonna try to hold you late. I'm out here on the West Coast, so it's still a little bit early for me, but I know it's a little bit later for y'all. So we gonna get into it. So I titled this lesson, "The Most High Will Kill You." Right? And what I bring out, I don't just bring out for you per se, I bring out for myself too, because I gotta check myself and make sure that I'm walking, correctly in this walk as well too. And we're all supposed to check ourselves. We're supposed to, make sure that how we living is lining up with this word, right? And I think that, and I'm not even just gonna say, those of us that's in the truth, but Jake in general, man, I think Christianity was one of the worst things that could have happened to us. And the reason why I say that is because of Christianity, Jake has got a real lackadaisical attitude when it comes to the Most High. They're really carefree. They're like, oh man, God loves everybody. It's all good. I just gotta repent, say I'm sorry, and He's gonna forgive me. And because of Christianity, man, Jake is going off, man. We're off. So we really go get down into, having that fear of the Most High again, and really having that reverence of the Most High. Because, we're under grace right now, and we even go, talk about really what grace is. Because a lot of, people take that grace, man, and, they trampling on it. You know, they think, oh, just because I got grace, you know, I can do this, and you know, the Most High is going to forgive me. The Most High will kill you. He will kill you, and we're gonna get into the scriptures, and we're gonna look at some of those things. In fact, first thing I want to let's get John chapter 20 and verse 29. Baba Kashar.
Con out one. Book of John, chapter 20 and verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads. Book of John, chapter 20 and verse 29. Yahushua saith unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed.
Con. So this is, you know, when Christ, you know what I'm saying, he done came up off the cross, and you know, Thomas is just like, hey, you know, is it you and whatnot. But basically Christ is saying, hey, you know what, you believe, but you know what, I've been here with you. You know, blessed are them who believe and they ain't seen. And that's the situation that we in right now, right? Because all of these miracles and everything that happened, we didn't see those. We didn't see those things. And a lot of because of that, because a lot of the things that we ain't seen, we and when I say we, I'm just speaking broadly. I'm not saying you per se, I'm not saying me. But nevertheless, hey, a hit dog go yell every time it's hit, right?
Gosh.
So we, because of the fact that we haven't seen a lot of things, because of the fact we ain't seen the Most High just, you know what I'm saying, strike somebody down, we become real lax in our fear, right? We say it, but we don't really have that real convicting fear of the Most High. You know, like back in the days when you was young and you was a teenager or whatnot, and there was things like, man, I can't do that. You know, my mama whooped my ass, you know, or my pops, you know, I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? We don't really have that fear because we haven't seen a lot of these things that done happened and that went down. And like I said, Christianity has really watered down the Most High. But let's get Malachi. Malachi 2 and 9, I think that's what I want.
It's like Adam, I bring out a precept after this.
Yeah, come. Malachi 3 and 6. Oh, and Salakia. So as always, we are a Bible school, right? We're not here for entertainment. We are here to teach. We are here to learn. So with that being said, we need paper, notebook. You need your KJV, your King James Bible, your Apocrypha. I don't even think I'm going to the Apocrypha today. But nevertheless, some of my Akim may have some precepts from the Apocrypha. So you need your Apocrypha too. You need your concordance, right? And hey, we living in these last days. You got to study to show yourself approved. And don't just take nobody's word for nothing, right? You got to get in the book and you got to study that thing out yourself, right? Just because we up here and we say it, hey, you got to fact check, right? Because that's a thing nowadays, right? Everybody want to be into fact checking. So you got to fact check everything that's said and make sure it lines up with the scriptures, right? Like the Bereans did. Okay, go ahead. Let's get that. Malachi 3 and 9. Or 3 and 6. 3 and 6. Slack
Khan, this is the book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So
the Most High does not change. He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He don't change, right? We are under that period of grace, right? But the Most High don't change. He's the same. So go ahead, bring out your precept.
Well, Salaki, this precept is just to back up your point when you said that our people have become dull and dumb to the fact that we serve an all-powerful God.
That's right.
That our God is a God of a king of, literally called the king of terrors in the scriptures. Right? This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 15.
Hey, let me get that for you, King. You're going to explain it, so I'll bring it out for you. You want 32 and 15?
Deuteronomy 32 and 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 15. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked.
Salakia. Jeshurun is another name for Israel. Right? It's another name for Israel. Go ahead.
But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxing fat. Thou art grown thick. Thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook Yahweh, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
It's saying Israel has become so fat, has become so content that we lightly esteem, we disregard all the things that our God, our power has done, right? We disregard all the things that we've accomplished and how far we've come just by his hand, right? I believe it's the book of Ezekiel where the Most High describes how he beautified us, right? It's the Most High who made us comely. It's the Most High that gives us our power. But we become so fat and content in this wicked society, in this captivity. We become content and comfortable with just being slaves, and therefore we've forsaken the way of truth. We lightly esteem the Most High.
Hey, Salaki, you go to the book of 2nd Esdras, you read chapter 1. All it's talking about is how the Most High is like, man, I did this, and this. And y'all still forgot who I was. Y'all still forgot the power that I showed you, all the miracles that I put upon you, all the people that I slain for you, all the lands that I cleared out for you. Because we're sadish and we're what's the word I'm looking for? We're a people that we're unappreciative. That's the word I'm looking for. We're a very unappreciative people, man. You read the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 1 through 3, really, all it's talking about is how we've just forsaken the Most High with everything that he's done for us.
And you know what? You brought out a good point, you know, because one thing, you know, that I've been looking at, that I've been saying, I think even Adawan had put something on his Facebook page, but Jake is so damn simple nowadays. Jake want to do every challenge that's out there, everything without thinking. You know, we live in a monkey see, monkey do culture. One monkey do it, the next monkey want to do it. Well, I want to do that too. Now you got these idiots stacking up crates, walking up crates. I don't know how many videos I've seen of these fools flipping off, falling, and cracking their head. Worse yet, I seen one that was doing it, and some cats started busting at him. While he walking up on top of the crates, some of the ops rolled by and started letting off. And you just see cats running. You know, they got their phones out and they videoing him going up the crates. And then all of a sudden you just seeing them taking off and running. But Jake's so simple, man. Jake's so simple. Like you said, we've gotten too comfortable in this captivity, right? Everything now is everybody, you know, it's all about, you know, living their best life, YOLO, you know, whatever you want to say, you know, rack it up, whatever. You know, it's all about, ain't nobody really concerned with the Most High. You know, they more concerned with, you know, what they go wear to the club, right? Or what they go wear up in church. You know what I'm saying? What suit they go wear on Easter Sunday. What dress they go wear on Easter Sunday. They're not concerned. They really don't have the fear of the Most High no more. But real quick to hit on grace, because we are under that grace period, but grace has a time limit. Grace ain't indefinite. Grace don't just continue forever. Titus Chapter 2, let's get verse 11. Because that's what they're saying. Oh, I'm under grace. I'm under grace. Okay, nigga, you under grace, but that's gonna run out after a while. You know what I'm saying? Titus Chapter 2 and verse 11.
Salaki. This is the book of Titus Chapter 2 and verse 11. For the grace of Yahweh that bringeth salvation hath appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in the present world.
Con. So grace is giving us that time period to get our mind right, to get back on track. Damn, you know what? We fell off. Our forefathers, we, went off. So now it's time to get back right. Right? That's what grace is. Grace teaches us that we need to deny ungodliness, that we need to live righteously. Right? Let's get Hebrews 10 and 31.
And if I could get a precept too.
Con, that one. Let's get it.
Con, this is the book of Genesis chapter 6.
I'll get it for you.
Okay, Con. Let me Genesis chapter 6 and verse. Let's start at 6 and we're gonna read through 8. Right? Con. Because people take this grace for granted. It's a good point that you're bringing out. And people don't understand that there's been grace since the beginning of time. People, the Christian church has you thinking that grace came into play in the New Testament. Well, let's find out. Go ahead.
Con, this is the book of Genesis chapter 6 and verse number 6. And it repented Yahweh.
Hey, start at 5, King Salaki.
Con. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented Yahweh that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart.
So people were so wicked, man. The Most High was like, man, I wish I never made y'all, dog. You know what I'm saying? I wish I never made y'all because y'all are wicked, right? Keep going.
Con. And Yahweh said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahweh.
So there was grace from the beginning. Noah found grace in the eyes of the Most High because he did what the Most High told him to do, right? He was righteous in the eyes of the Most High. But because we know that we have grace, we have took that grace that Noah had, and we've what's what I'm looking for? We've abused it. Now we abuse that grace. You see what I'm saying? Because now we see that grace has been here since Genesis. So because grace has been here all this time, now we feel like we can abuse this thing. So it's a beautiful topic the brother's getting into. Because like the brother or sister just said, the brother just said in the comments, they will never teach you in the church that God's going to kill you. Because all they teach is grace, grace, grace.
Con, let's get that Hebrews 10 and 31. Baba Kishar.
Con, this book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God.
Con. And see, cats don't have that fearfulness no more. They're not walking around thinking about that. They happy-go-lucky in their life right now. Everything is good. God loves everybody. God, you talking about the God of the Old Testament. Well, we're going to get a New Testament scripture for you too. Because like Adam said, or like whoever that was in the comments, Salakia, that said they don't teach it in the church no more. They're not teaching you that you got to keep these laws and these commandments and that you have to walk a certain way. Israel, what does the Most High command of you? Right? They're not teaching you that. Right? Everything is flowers and roses and, let's sing and let's clap and let's dance. No, the Most High will kill you. Let's get Matthew chapter 10 and 28. Baba Kishar.
Hey, the sister Tamika Hill says, so grace is a time period to get yourself together. Con. That's right.
Con, this is the book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Right. Are cats thinking about that? Right? brothers is not concerned with the fact that the Most High. Read that one more time, Baba Kashar.
Khan. Salaki. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Khan. So we all we looking at right now is the fear of the Most High, because when you have a true fear, that's gonna change the way you walk, right? When you get ready to do something, man, I seen this meme. It cracked me up. It had like a Michael Myers, somebody, in a Michael Myers hat. And he's sitting at the table, and he got like his bowl of Fruit Loops or whatever he was eating on. And, it got like the little caption, man, I want to kill people, but the Most High gonna be mad at me, right? And he's sitting up there all sad and everything. So, it's like when you get ready to do something, it should be something that like hit you. Like, hold on, I can't do that, man. The Most High, he sees everything. I can't, even though, this person may not see me and this person may not know what I did, but the Most High sees everything.
Khan.
I can't do that. That's gonna get your mind right. That's what's gonna help you keep making sure that you are walking in a way pleasing to the Most High.
Hey, look, Proverbs 1:7 said, "The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom."
Khan.
Put it in layman's terms, the street terms. Hey, if you were smart, you wouldn't play with them like that.
That's right.
They're gonna kill you.
Facts. Come on. Let's go to Exodus 15:3.
Khan.
Because they done because of these cotton candy preachers, they done made the Most High a teddy bear.
God. This book of Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
God. And see, they don't look at that scripture. I bet you they never bring that scripture out. That the Most High is a man of war. He ain't this old peaceful teddy bear that they like to play him up to be. He loves everybody. No, that's not it. That's not the case. Let's go to Exodus 20 and let's get 18.
Khan. Exodus 20:18. Khan. This is the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 18. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off.
Khan. And so this is when Moses done went up on top of the mountain, right? And all the Israelites stay down at the bottom, and they see all the thundering and the lightning and everything, and they down there spooked.
Khan.
We're gonna finish this off before I make that point. But us now in today, right? We don't see those things.
Right.
So and we got pastors and preachers now that gives us a completely different picture of what the Most High look like, who he is, right? His character, right? They only give one portion of his character, which is a false balance, right? They don't give both sides. Okay, read verse 19.
Khan.
Okay, let's read 19 through 20.
Khan. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for Yahweh is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not.
Khan. Now, what they say, they down there, right? They watching all of these things, and they're like, yo, read verse 19 for me one more time.
Khan. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us.
They didn't even want to hear the Most High. They're like, yo, Moses, you talk to us. You deliver the message to us. We don't want, hey, if we hear from him, we might die. Right? That's the type of fear and the type of reverence that they had. They didn't even want to hear.
God.
Right? That's why Moses was the mediator, because they was too scared. They was spooked. They're like, man, hey, you deliver the message, because we'll mess around and die. And we don't have that reverence today. Everybody want to walk around talking about, oh, God is my friend. I got a friend in Jesus. That's what they walk around saying. They don't have no fear. They don't have no reverence. They have no understanding that the Most High will kill their ass. Right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 18. Deuteronomy 18, and let's get verse 15.
Book of Deuteronomy.
Stop playing with the Most High, man.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18 and verse 15. The Lord thy God will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me. Unto him ye shall hearken. Right.
So now the Most High is saying that he's going to raise somebody up, right? Like unto Moses. Okay. And he was going to give his words, put his words in his mouth, and he was going to speak to him. Right. Get the next verse.
God. According to all that thou desirest of the Lord thy God in Horeb, in the day of the assembly, saying, let me not hear again the voice of the Lord my God, neither let me see this great fire anymore, that I die not. And the Lord said unto me, they have well spoken that which they have spoken.
Right. Because hey, the Most High said, you're right. You spoke well, because y'all not on the level to really hear from me. I mean, basically. So I'm going to raise somebody up who I'm going to give him my words, and he going to speak it to you. Right? Because they were spooked. They had that fear. They seen the lightning. They seen the thunder. They're like, yo, hide us. And that's how it's going to be at the end too. What they say, hide us from the face of the Lamb. Right? When he come back, they're going to be trying to hide underneath rocks and in caves and everything else. Right? But then it's going to be too late for people to really have a fear and reverence for the Most High and Yahweh Shai. We don't have that fear today. Those and Salakia, let me fall back, because us in the truth, we do have that fear, right? Us in the truth, we are keeping the commandments to the best of our ability, right? But there was a point in time before we came into this truth when we believed what many of our cousins, sisters, brothers, mothers, fathers still believe, right? Who are still asleep, who still have not been woke up yet. Let me get Isaiah 29 and 10.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 10. 29 and verse 10, and it reads, for the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers hath he covered.
So the Most High, he poured out upon Israel a spirit of deep sleep, right? And we've been asleep, right? We've been asleep. Give me Romans 13 and 11, I think it is.
And may I bring out a precept after this, Adam? This is the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And it reads, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
So now it's time to wake up. It's time to come out of that slumber. And most of us have. All of us that's on here have. I don't know, we may have some in the chat room that's just coming to, scoff and bring division. But it's time for us to wake up out of our sleep. Right? And that's why we go out to the highways and to the byways. That's why we do these classes, right? To wake our people up, to sound the alarm. We're not just trying to keep you lullabied. That's what the pastors do. They keep you lullabied, right? They keep you asleep because they tell you smooth things. They give you smooth words, right? That make you happy. that tickle your ears, that tickle your itching ears. That's what they're doing, and that's how they're keeping us asleep. Go ahead. I bring out that precept.
Khan. I just want to speak to your point of how, our people, we fall into that deep sleep, right? Our people have been in a deep slumber, right? Now, we know the scriptures speak of darkness being that ignorance being that darkness, right? This book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and verse 18.
Bring it out.
I got you.
Khan.
I got you. You said Ephesians 4
Khan.
and 15.
Khan.
This is the book
Start
of
at verse
Ephesians.
17. Slack it. Start at verse 17.
All right, this is the book of Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 17. This I say therefore, and testify in the Most High, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind.
Khan. So what's being said is that I tell you don't walk after the ways of the heathen. Don't go out into the ways of the Gentiles, right? Don't become idol worshipers. Don't go into vain idolatry and vain customs, right? Continue on.
Having the understanding darkened.
Khan. Salakia. Having understanding darkened, right? We know understanding to be wisdom, right? Making the simple wise, right? And we know all wisdom began with the Most High, Sirach 1:1. So that wisdom, which was used to create the foundations of the earth, right? His commandments in order, right? The truth, right? That light, that lamp to our feet, right? This is what gives us understanding and wisdom, right? Continue.
Being alienated from the life of Yahweh through the ignorance that is in them.
Because so that light that was dimmed, that light that was darkened, that understanding, right, became ignorance, right? And through ignorance, you no longer have a connection with the Father because you're not striving in His ways, right? Because your light has been dimmed, right? This scriptures is literally telling you that darkness is the lack of understanding. So to not even seek that understanding, you are deep in darkness, right?
You might be reprobate.
You were reprobate. Like the heathens are in darkness. They have no understanding because they weren't given it. But Slakia, can I get one more add on?
Go bring it out.
James 1:24.
So lucky. I need to give me another Bible, bro. Let me drop this precept. This is the book of James. You said 1:24.
Start at verse 23.
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 24. For he
23,
beholds himself. 23, Salaki, my bad. You just said that. For if any be a bearer, Salaki, for if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass.
So Adawan spoke to a point earlier. He said there's people who are outside this truth that have no understanding, right? They've never seen it. But this scripture is telling you people who have seen it, right? Like Judah said, there's reprobates out here. There are people who have been exposed to the truth, exposed to light, right? It's like a man who sees his face in the mirror. Go ahead.
For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what matter of man he was.
So right after seeing his face, he forgets his own face, right? That sounds like a curse. That's a reprobate mind. That is a darkened mind, right? You become blind. You grope at noonday, right? So like a man who forgets his face after seeing in the mirror, there are people, those of us who have seen the truth, have walked in it, but have soon forgotten it just that quickly because we were driven by our own lusts, right? After sin. Hey, that's a fearful thing to Adawan's point. The Most High can do that to you. He can condemn you to death in that way. And you have no realization that you have been condemned to death until the last day. Like I yield with that one. And the water, Michael Watkins. The water. Michelle Watkins. Like the water.
The water. So I wanted to bring out at your point too, to let me back up for what you were saying. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 82, and verse 5. It says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness." Right? So that because they have no understanding, right? They are walking in darkness, right? What's the light? Who's the light? Right? Who gives us the light? Right? Yahweh Shai is that light. What's Yahweh Shai? Right? He's the word. He's the word made flesh. Right? He's the law. Right? But anyway, I just want to touch on that what you had said about the darkness and understanding and not having understanding. But let's grab Numbers chapter 15 and verse 32.
Khan, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 32. And it reads thus: "And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day."
Khan. So here it is. Now you got this man, right? It's the Sabbath, and he's out gathering sticks. First of all, we know that the Sabbath is, ain't nobody supposed to be working. Now, I'll be like me. I'm like, well, I ain't really working, or and hold on, let me remove myself from that. All right. But cats would be like, oh, I'm not really working. That's the problem with Israel. We make a lot of excuses, right? And we try to excuse away things that we do or things that we don't do, right? And this is how you'll really know where cats' heart is really truly at, right? Until they respond to things, right? Do they take him when they hear the law and you give them the law? Do they be like, oh, okay, Khan, you know what? I need to change. Or do they try to find ways to get around it, right? Do they look for you to give them an escape? To be like, oh, well, you know what? It's okay. It's all right. You still learning. Or something like that. Or do they kind of deal with you a little bit? Like, no, sis, you're not supposed to do this. Right? So anyway, this dude, this brother, I ain't gonna call him a dude, this brother, right, is out gathering sticks, but he's gathering sticks on the Sabbath. And we know that we ain't supposed to be doing nothing on the Sabbath. Right? Read the next verse, all right?
Khan, "And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron, and unto all the congregation, and they put him inward, because it was not declared what should be done to him. And the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall surely be put to death."
Khan.
All the
Oh, go ahead. Finish that off.
Khan Salakia, "All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp."
Khan. So here it is. So now, again, we've been given this impression of the Most High. And when you actually think about it, you can see why these pastors and these preachers won't read from the Old Testament, right? Why they pick and choose the stories that they want to tell. True story. My brother, my younger brother, right, done start trying to, come into the truth a little bit. I've given him a little milk here, given him a little milk there. But anyway, so he's reading the Bible, and he comes to me and he's like, "Yo, bro, I need to holler at you about something." And he's like, "Man, I don't know." And I'm like, "What you mean you don't know?" He's all like, I was reading and, God told the Israelites to go kill everybody, to go kill woman and child and beast and don't leave nothing alive. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, man, that's something totally different. I've never read that before. I've never been taught that before. Right? You ask any Christian, for the most part, they not gonna know these things. They don't know that the Most High said, go and kill everything. Don't leave nothing alive. Kill woman, kill child, kill man, kill beast. Now here it is, you got a brother walking around picking up sticks. He's picking up sticks on the Shabbat. And the people, they ain't know what to do with him. They're like, yo, You know, they probably looking at him. They're like, "Yo, bro, you really shouldn't be picking up them sticks, bro. You know, we're not supposed to be doing that, right?" And so they take him to Moses, and they're like, "Yo, this brother was out picking up sticks." And they go to the Most High. The Most High say, "Stone him, point blank, period. No ifs, ands, buts. No, oh, I was just doing it for this reason. Oh no, because my daughter was cold and I just wanted to make a fire to keep her warm. No, stone him, take him out and hit him with big rocks. Get the biggest rocks you can find and hit him with it. Kill him." And we already seen in Malachi that the Most High does not change. He's the same.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
God, and I believe that's what those Christian pastors are afraid of, Adawan. They have so much fear of being wrong, right? And truly getting an understanding of the Most High's judgment, right? That they would rather continue in their sinful ways. Can I bring out a precept real quick?
What you want?
Acts 2 and 37. Because this is what those pastors are afraid of. This is what a lot of people who don't want to come into understanding or come into any type of wisdom, this is what they're really afraid of, because ignorance is a blissful thing, right? Read that one.
This is the book of Acts chapter 2 and verse 37. Now when they heard this, they were pricked in their heart and said unto Peter and the rest of the apostles, "Men and brethren, what shall we do?"
Hey, so they're afraid of, if they hear the judgments of the Most High, right? If they understand that the God they claim to serve today is the same God from the very beginning, then they'll understand the errors of their ways. They'll understand that, I gotta let this congregation know I've been lying to them their entire lives. I have to come to the realization I've been lying to myself, right? And with that understanding, I know there's a judgment. There is a judgment, right? But they're so afraid of this realization that they would rather turn their faces away from the heavens and from the higher judgments, right? They rather remain ignorant. That's a scary thing.
That's a scary thing.
The Most High can allow you to be that way.
Facts.
I yield on that one.
Facts. Let's grab Leviticus chapter 10 and 1.
Book of Leviticus chapter 10 and verse 1. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer and put fire therein, and put incense thereon, and offered strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not. And there went out fire from the Lord and devoured them, and they died before the Lord.
Right? So now these is, and I don't know if you know what the strange fire was, but here you got the sons of Aaron going into the tabernacle, right? And they doing, making incense or making an offering to the Most High. And the scripture says it was a strange fire, and the Most High killed them instantly. Again, burnt them up. Because again, and they got to stop playing with the Most High and understand the power that we serve. We serve a power, the Most High power. And y'all playing with him. Y'all are playing with him.
Hey, Salaki, that strange fire just came from disobedience, point blank, period. Right? They offered that strange fire before the Lord because they put that incense on it and did something that the Most High commanded them not to do. Right? It's just simple as that. There's plenty of scriptures in the Bible where the Most High gave a simple commandment, and we decided that we just trying to help. Just like the Ark of the Covenant, right? They said don't touch it. It was falling. He tried to save it. You got to go.
I'm just gonna bring that up
because you did what I told you not to do. I gave you straight commandments. That's all that is.
Let's get it though. 2 Samuel 6. 2 Samuel 6 and 3. Because I was gonna go there too.
Go con all praise.
That's the spirit.
Con, this is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 6, and verse 3. And they set the ark of Yahweh upon a new cart, and brought it out of the house of Abinadab, that was in Gibeah, and Uzzah, and Ahio, the sons of Abinadab, drave the new cart. And they brought it out of the house of Abinadab, which was in Gibeah, accompanying the ark of Yahweh. And
let's jump down to 6.
Verse 6. And when they came to Nachon's threshing floor, Uzzah put forth his hand to the ark of Yahweh and took hold of it, for the oxen shook it.
Now stop. So just like Adam was saying, they bring the Ark of the Covenant, right? The ox that is sitting on that is riding on, they probably hit a couple little bumps or whatnot, and they shook it. And so the ark, because they had shook it, it was falling over. And Uzzah went to stop the ark from falling. Hear me. The man went to stop the ark from falling. It's not like he just said, "Oh, I want to touch it." No, he said, and he probably thought he was doing a good thing. He's like, "Oh no, the ark," right? He probably thought what he was doing was good. But he put his hand on the ark, and it was a command that they weren't supposed to touch it, right? Read verse 7.
Verse 7. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Uzzah, and Yahweh smote him, therefore his error, and there he died by the ark of Yahweh.
So this man, only trying to stop the ark, right? Only trying to keep it from falling, grabbed it, put his hand on it to stop it from falling, and the Most High killed him right there. Smote him. Like, you're done. I told you don't touch it, and you touched it. That's a wrap. Let's read verse 8.
Verse 8. And David was displeased because the Lord had made a breach upon Uzzah.
So David was like, "Yo, hold up. What you kill him for?" He was just trying to stop it. Right? I mean, and you got to be real. Because if I see something and I'm like, I'd be like that too. I'd be like, damn, he was only trying to stop it from falling. What you kill him for? But that's how serious the Most High is about his laws, about his commandments. When he tell you to do something, that's what he means. He don't care about your reason for not doing it. He said, 6 days shalt thou labor, the 7th you are to rest. That's what he means. Let's get 9.
Verse 9. And David was afraid of the Lord that day and said, how shall the ark of the Lord come to me?
So see, and now David, he's seen it. And so now he knows, right? So like when we look at a lot of these things was to show, us, our power, the power that we serve, right? And to really get that fear and that reverence. But the crazy thing is, even though they seen these things, even though they saw a man get hit in the head with rocks for picking up sticks and be killed, even though they seen a man get smoked for trying to stop the Ark of the Covenant from hitting the ground, even though they seen the fire and the smoke and the thundering and the lightning, they still went off. They still went and did everything that he told these niggas not to do. Said, don't serve other gods, what they do. He said, don't eat pork, what they want to do. All throughout Israel's history. Always going off. You had the precept out?
Hey, like to the Adawan's point, was I was trying to do, may have been trying to do something, just out of he may have been genuine in what he was trying to do.
Okay.
But watch this. This is 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 22. We always have to remember this. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. So the Most High would rather you obey his commandment in the first place than for you to even make any sacrifice or even have to make supplication or a sweet savor to the Most High. Right? The best sent to the Most High is your righteousness and your obedience. Right? Uzzah may have been trying to do something out of being genuine, right? Trying to stop the ark from falling, right? Oh, this is the ark of Yahweh. I can't let this touch the ground. But he forgot one of the basic principles of keeping God's law is to keep it. The Most High told you no one is to touch the ark of the covenant unless you are the priest, right? The Levites are the only ones to touch the ark. But Uzzah disobeyed that commandment. So his sacrifice meant nothing to the Most High because he could not obey the Most High's voice.
Hey, look, we forget that Yahweh is not a man, right? So if your parents tell you, you might go over with one of your mama's friend's house, and she said, don't touch nothing in here. And the TV's falling over the stand, but you were standing right there. You could have saved the TV from hitting the floor. But you let it hit the floor, right? Then she was like, hey, man, you could have caught the TV. You told me not to touch nothing. Now your mama be ready to beat you. You know what I'm saying? But Yahweh ain't like that. It's like, hey, look, if the brother would have been like, look, Yahweh, you told me not to touch it. Hey, you obeyed my word. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because Yahweh's not a man. When has Yahweh punished somebody for following his instructions? He ain't like our moms, you know what I'm saying? She'll think we being smart alecky or something. Hey, you told me not to touch nothing. I just let the TV fall. I didn't touch nothing.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Like the sister said, you probably get smacked. Yahweh ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? We just got to follow his commandments, period.
Right. Con. And, I want to bring this one out too. This one in my notes or nothing, but this is the book of Judges, chapter 2 and verse 10, because I was talking about, like, they seen all these things. They seen, Uzzah get smoked for touching the ark. They seen the Most High split the sea and let them walk through it. They seen the thundering and the lightning, right?
I'll read that for you, I don't want.
Okay, get Judges 2 and verse 10, the water.
Khan's book of Judges, chapter 2 and verse 10. And also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation.
So these are the kids, right? These are the kids. These are the grandkids. These are the great grandkids. They coming up now, right? Go ahead.
Which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel.
So they ain't know. So, and that's why it's important for us to make sure that we are teaching our children, that we're raising up our children in the way, right? That we're teaching them how they're supposed to walk, right? That we're showing them, we are being an example to them of what they are supposed to do and how to properly fear the Lord, how to properly fear the Most High. Because there arose another generation, right? Who knew not. That means that their parents weren't teaching them, right? Because the scriptures say, train up a child in the way they're supposed to go, and they will not depart. So if they was being trained, right? If they was being taught how to, rehearse the righteous acts, they would have stayed with it. So, and that's what we have to do now. For those of us that's now having children in the truth, man, we get to bring up our seeds in this. Our young sons, our young daughters, 8, whatever. It's time to start showing them how we are supposed to truly serve the Most High. Not according to what we've been indoctrinated in, not according to how we've been taught from our oppressors, but to truly teach them. Read verse 11.
Khan. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Baalim.
Khan. All right, so and that's what happened because their parents wasn't teaching. Their parents was probably like thinking to themselves, "Oh man, you know, how much longer do we gotta, you know, keep this Sabbath? You know, how much longer do we gotta keep these new moons? When can we be like these other nations? When can we, you know, start making our money on Saturday like these other nations is doing? You know, I need to go to Walmart. I gotta go get this instead of keeping the Shabbat holy. Instead of taking that time to spend with your family. Instead of teaching your daughter and your son how to honor and how to worship the Most High. Right? This is why another generation arose that knew not. Because they wasn't being taught. Right? They wasn't being taught. Point blank, period. And 9 times out of 10, cats was just going through the motion. Because you can see it today. There's nothing new under the sun. Cats just going through the motion in this truth. You say you're in the truth, but you going through the motions. You say you're in the truth, but you're not hooking up with your brothers to keep the new moon.
God.
You say you're in the truth, but you're not standing on the line with your brothers to teach your people. You say that you're in the truth, but you don't tell your children nothing. You're not breaking open these scripts with your children.
Right.
Going through the law with them.
Right.
Telling them what thus says the Lord. You're not doing it. You listening to them suckers talking about, oh, you doing too much, bro. No, you're not doing enough.
Khan.
What I wanted. Go ahead.
Got a precept. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 11. Speaking to your point, right? You can damn your children, right? Through your wickedness. You can cause your wickedness to pass down to your children, and they come up in ignorance, right? For whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain, their labor is unfruitful, and their works unprofitable, right? Their wives are foolish, and their children are wicked, right? So the fruit that comes from your body, right? Your children, even they are unprofitable, right? Because they continue in your sin. They continue in your wickedness and your iniquity, because that's all you have left for them. That's the inheritance you've left for your children, is your foolishness, because you despise wisdom.
Con. So we got to get back to fearing the Most High, man. Point blank, period. You know, this is our heritage. This should be a joy for you. It should be a joy for you to start going over these scripts and, you know, having somebody hit you with a precept. You be like, damn, I never heard that one before. I need that one. And listening to breakdowns. That should be a joy for you, man. Now that you finally learning the truth. Now that you finally being taught something. And not just watching Pastor grunt and shake and roll and everything else.
Right.
You coming back to yourself. Let me get Joshua 24 and 14.
God.
We got to get back to fearing the Most High, man.
Book of Joshua, chapter 24 and verse 14. Now therefore, fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth.
What's truth? And this is you know, we'll grab it because I seen we got someone that's newly in the truth in the chat. All praises to the Most High. This is your first day in the truth, so let's get it. I'm Psalms 119 and 142.
Book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 142. And it reads. And it reads. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
The law is the truth. Point blank. The law is the truth. All right? And then Joshua 24:14, it said, serve him in sincerity and in truth.
God.
Right? We got to keep this law. The law's not done away with. It's not over. He never gave us a law to then backtrack, turn around and say, you don't have to keep it no more. I was tripping. No, la'ah. That's not what he did. He says then, and put away the gods which your fathers served. Put away that white Jesus that your fathers served. Put away that Paul, who your fathers would tell you, said that you don't have to keep the law no more. Even though Paul never said that. Paul never said that. He never taught that. But that's how your fathers interpreted it. Paul said we don't got to do it no more. Right? But let's see what Paul really said. Let's see what Paul really said. Get Romans 3:31. Did Paul say you don't have to keep the law no more?
Khan, this is the book of Romans chapter 3. It's like you said, verse 31. Khan. Do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yea, we establish the law.
Paul ain't tell you to stop keeping no law. Paul never told you that the law is done with. Paul never said Christ came, so now the law is done away. Paul never said, oh, I got faith. So because I got faith, that's it. That's all I need is faith. What did he say? Yo, mute.
Khan, do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid.
Hell no. La'ah. What do we do?
Yea, we establish the law.
No, we only keep the law when it's convenient.
We establish the law.
We pick and choose what parts of the law we want to keep.
La'ah, we establish the law.
Khan, we establish the law.
Khan.
When you fear God, you are going to keep these commandments.
That's right.
That's how you show fear. That's how you show your love. You can't say that you love God and you're not doing nothing that he tell you to do.
God.
You can't say I honor my parents and everything my parents says it go in one ear and out the other. John 3:4 or 1 John, or is it 5:3, 5:4?
1 John chapter 3 and verse 5.
Come.
It's the book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 5. And it reads, Salakia.
Let me get 5 and 3.
5 and 3. Salakia. This book of 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
Come. That's what the love of God is. That's how you love God. That's how you say you love the Most High.
Come.
You can't say I love God and you don't keep not nan commandment.
Right.
Right? Because they confess me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me.
Right.
You have to still keep these commandments. Fear of the Most High. Let's get 1 Samuel 12 and 24. 1 Samuel 12 and 24.
Come. It's the book of 1 Samuel chapter 12 and verse 24. And it reads, Come. Only fear the Lord and serve him in truth with all your heart. For consider how great things he has done for you.
Come. So Now, our forefathers, right? Maybe us, when we seen him parting seas, right? Those was physical things that we actually saw the power of the Most High. But I'm willing to bet right now that each and every one of us, every one of you that's in this chat room, we all can attest to, in some form or fashion, how the Most High has saved us or kept us, right? We can go through and get testimonies, and brothers can just say, "Oh man, I know the Most High had His hand on me." I can give a testimony how the Most High has kept me. How I know without the shadow of a doubt. Thank you. And the water Yahweh, the water Yahweh Shai, because He's kept me. When I've had another brother, and this goes back to the curses. Pointed a blue steel 357 at my head, and I could look and see every slug in that revolver. The Most High kept me. The Most High kept that dude from blowing my head off. Ain't nothing else. How I was in a car that flipped down the mountain and walked out unscathed without wearing my seatbelt. The Most High did that. And we each got our own individual testimonies how the Most High has kept us through something. And we know it. You know it in the bottom of your heart, man. That was the Most High. Because I shouldn't be here. That wasn't nothing but the Most High. So when things like that, right? Read that verse again from me, Baba Kishar.
Go back to 1 Samuel.
Con.
This book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12, Salakia, and verse 24. Only fear the Lord and serve Him in truth with all your heart. For consider how great things He hath done for you.
Con. We got to consider how we are in the land of our captivity right now. But we on the computer right now. We're not in jail. We could be in jail. It's a lot of judgment that's happening out right now. Brothers getting sick with this COVID. Most High keeping them. They still here. They still in the land of the living.
God.
Brothers having babies. Man, we got a lot to be thankful and fearful to the Lord for.
God.
For all that He's done. For all that He does. Every day we wake up, that's the day that wasn't promised. God. That's the day when our eyes could have been closed. Let's get on Proverbs 2 and start at 1. Proverbs 2 and let's start at verse 1.
God, that's the spirit. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 2 and verse 1. And it reads, like, my son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine heart unto wisdom and apply thine heart to understanding. Yea, if thou criest after knowledge and liftest up thy voice of understanding, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for hid treasures, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of Yahweh.
Con, you got to search after it, man. You got to search after it. The scriptures say, if we draw nigh to Him, He will draw nigh to us. Right? So we got to bust that move. We got to make this step. We got to show, man, I'm earnest. I'm sincere in this thing. Yahweh, I really want to do your will. Right? And just as quick as we are to get after that bag, we need to be that quick to get into these scriptures. And now I'll be the first one to say, man, I live in California, and the rent out here is stupid dumb. Crazy. Right? I'm a single father, and I gotta I gotta provide. Right? So I'm working a lot. But nevertheless, believe me, I still find my time to make sure that I'm devoting it, offering myself as a sacrifice in these scriptures, studying. Still, I go out and I just hold posts for other brothers that's out here, other camps that's out here in this way, and just hold camp. And I'm happy doing that. I'm happy standing there with my brothers. It ain't nothing I'd rather do. I wish I can do it all week long. I wish I didn't have to work the way that I do. But we in captivity. It is what it is. A man don't work, he don't eat. But nevertheless, I'm in this book. Because you gotta read that one more time. The end part.
This book of Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 5. Then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of Yahweh.
Give me to search it out.
Slack, verse 4. If thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for hid treasure, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of Yahweh.
Are you searching it out like a hidden treasure? Or do you get sleepy every time you open the book? Are you yarning every time? When the class is on. Sometimes, man, when we first come into this truth, man, we be gun-ho. We be like, oh, yeah. We're watching videos. Adawan said this one time. He's like, yo, look at your, what's popping up in your YouTube feed now when you open it up.
Right.
Are you still, when you first log into your YouTube, is all the suggested videos, camp videos, or videos of brothers bringing out doctrine, or they suggesting this camp, or they suggesting this? Or do you got Meg the Stallion popping up in your suggestions? Cardi B popping up in your suggestions? Because now you done got kind of lackadaisical, right? Now it ain't as exciting to you anymore.
Right.
Now you use an Israelite and you good with that knowledge. Oh, I'm an Israelite. No, you got work to do. You can't just say I'm an Israelite and chill.
Right.
There's a requirement that comes with that. Let's get it. Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
So like, can I bring out a precept?
Bring it out. What you want?
Hebrews 11 and 6. Because to your point, I don't want, we have to be diligent in seeking him. Yahushua told you that to come and drink of his cup, man, to drink of that water, right? You have to search that thing out, like you're thirsty, man. You have to be thirsty for this word, thirsty for wisdom, right? Can you bring that out, Adawan?
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
Without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High, right? We need faith to please the Most High. That means it has to be in our inward parts. Like we have to put our whole faith in the Most High, and there's no way we're going to receive that kind of faith unless we do this. Go ahead, Adawan.
For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
So that's the key, right? We have to diligently seek the Most High, seek his ways, right? We have to incline our ear to wisdom, incline our heart and our mind and understanding to wisdom. Like we have to thirst after this thing, man. And that's why I believe, when brothers think they doing enough, they not thirsty enough.
That's right.
A hungry dog, right? A hungry dog, he's gonna do everything he can to sustain himself, to quench his thirst and to satisfy his hunger, right? He'll even kill, man, right? That's how we have to be. And not saying go out there and kill brothers. That's not what I'm saying, right? Let's not be simple, but we have to have that hunger, that fire in us to want to please the Most High.
Right.
Right? That should be every brother, every sister, every man, woman, and child's goal waking up in the morning. It's to please the Most High and show the Most High that you truly are thankful for even opening your eyes this morning. Because every breath that we take, like Adawan said, is grace. That is something that many of our people, that our nation is not deserving of at all. Especially brothers and sisters being in this truth. Every day that you're in this truth is a blessing. Because the Most High can kill you in your ignorance.
That's right.
It'll be over for you. Sorry, that's all I wanted to bring out.
No, that's a great point. That's a great point. Because, you know, brothers, it's crazy to me. Brothers can find time for any and everything. You know what was that script? Where your treasure is, there is your heart also. Right? What do you treasure? Right? The scripture just said that we're supposed to search this thing out like a treasure. Do you treasure this word? How important is this word to you? Where do you put the Most High at in your list of priorities? He should be the first thing. He should be number one. Your day should start with him. When you wake up in the morning, Tawada Yahweh. All praises. You know, I got my health. You know, I can get up out of bed.
God.
The water that I'm not attached to ventilators because of this plague that's done hit. And they trying to shut things, man. I ain't even gonna touch on that. But just the water Yahweh.
God.
Right? And so you got a responsibility. Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And it reads, "And now Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?"
He requires something of you. There's something that he requires of you. You must do. If you get a job, your job got requirements that you got to do. You got to do this, that, and this. Right? They got a check off list. And your job, they go get every ounce of you that they can get.
God.
So the Most High requires something of you. What does he require?
God, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Kind. So to fear him, to love him, to serve him. Right? To fear him, to love him, to serve him. It used to always trip me up, right? When I would be talking with family members and they'd be like, yeah, you know, Jesus Christ, he's my Lord and Savior, right? Oh, I serve the Lord. I serve God. And so, you know, I ask them, I'd be like, okay, how do you serve him? What do you do to serve him? Oh, well, I go to church. Okay, so you think because you go to church on Sunday, that's your service to God? Because you go to church, that's your service. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm on the usher bird too. Okay. So you think now because you hold out your hand, tell people where to go sit, you take them the collection plate or take the little envelope to get the offering, the tithes and offering, you think that's serving the Most High. Right? What is serving the Most High?
Real quick. I'm sorry, I was just in the background. That's funny, bro, because Christians really say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get this precept real quick. This is Acts 7:48. It say, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet. Heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. What house will ye build me, saith the Most High? Or what is the place of my rest? So now what's your excuse?
Right.
You serve the Most High by going to church. Well, he doesn't dwell in it. So now what?
Exactly.
You have to give me something else.
Exactly. And that's facts. And they don't like to hear that. You know, they don't keep Nan feast day when it says in the scripture, these are the feasts of Yahweh. These are his feasts. Right? They're not nobody else's feasts, though they're his feasts. So they don't celebrate Nan feast day. You know what I mean? They do whatever they want to do on the Sabbath, on the Shabbat, but they say they serve the Most High. And again, this is how our people are off.
Salaki, I don't want.
I go to church on Sunday at that.
Hey, Shalom, King, Shalom. Yabashim Yashabak.
Shalom, y'all bashim Shabbat. Hey, our people are content with the bare minimum.
That's right.
You know, we saw that with the story of Cain. It's the type of spirit Cain had. Cain was content. Hey, first fruits, man. The Most High get what he get. You know, hey, this man, look, this is what I'm willing to give you, man. Look, it's either take or leave. That's the type of spirit Cain had. And he was angry with the Most High because he didn't get the reward he felt he deserved, but he was not doing anything that was deserving of any reward. That's how Jeshurun has waxed thick in this place. We've gotten so content and so spoiled by our captivity.
That's right.
That's the crazy part. So spoiled by our captivity that we feel whatever. Just look, if I pray today, hey, look, man, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how many people praying? I prayed today. God knows my heart. So then we get into all these different doctrines and we get drunk with the wine of Babylon because it's like, yo, I did my due diligence today. I spoke to God today. Hey, that's enough. And that's what Jake fails to realize. Yo, what you think is enough ain't nothing to the Most High. Yo, righteous.
That's right.
Yo, even the righteous, it's filthy rags to the Most High. That ain't nothing, right? And the Most High was getting to that in Isaiah 58, right? We believed our ways was enough for the Most High. Nah, it ain't like that.
Hey, real quick, you said something, yo. That's Jake, though. I know, you know what I'm saying, Jake won't hear yet. You know what I'm saying? But Cain's spirit is just like how we be. You know what I'm saying? We give, you know, the least, you know, at our job, you know what I'm saying? We don't do, you know, how the scriptures say, it don't slip my daggone mind. But basically, whatever you do, right? Whatever you put forth your hand to do, you're supposed to do with all your might, right? Jake's like, man, forget that. I'm doing it to the least of my ability, but I want that raise. I want the highest paying position. I don't want to do the job, though. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because that's the spirit that Jake got. You know what I mean? We want to do like Iran said. We like to do the least, but we expect the most.
Right.
Salaki Adawan. The water, King Judah, the water, San Yahuda, Israel. Thank you for y'all donations. Come feast with us. The water family.
And really quick, because you know, like I said, I didn't want to keep y'all on here long, man. But we've got these feasts coming up, right? So, and when I boast in the Most High, right? So I told my daughters here the other day. I said, look, you know, we got atonement coming up, right? So I said, because we got atonement coming up, we're going to start working yourself up to getting ready to go a whole day without eating. Because I don't want y'all to do like y'all did last year. All right, last year, they snuck off into my mama's room, right, and had her sneak them in some sandwiches. You know what I mean? I said, we not doing that this year. Y'all go the whole day without eating. You not gonna die. Your stomach might start cramping up a little bit, you know, but you need to go through them pains. You need to feel them little pains. You know, you're not gonna die from that. But are you getting ready for these feast days? So we got trumpets coming up, right? We got atonement coming up. We got tabernacles coming up. I've been excited to be able to serve the Most High. To say, you know, these are his feast days that he has set aside from us. Right? And when you start to look at what trumpets is, what the Feast of Trumpets is, right? And really start going into that and really breaking that down and really looking at it and having an understanding what these feast days are. You know, it's a beautiful thing, Israel. It's a beautiful thing to be an Israelite, the water Yahweh, you know, thankful that he's our God and none else. Everybody else do what they want to do. You know, they have they New Year's, they Christmas, Easter's, Halloween, whatever. He's our God. We're supposed to be separate, set apart. We are the kings and priests. Are we living that? Are we showing that? Or are we being lackadaisical in our walk? Not really exhibiting the true fear of the Most High. Because if we're not doing it, if we're not being that light for family members who's not in the truth, and they looking at us, and they trying to see, are we really true to what we say? You know, are we really walking out this life? Or are we just talking? Or are we like, you know, the Pharisees, the scribes, the Sadducees? Are we really living what we're saying? I'm not just telling you, hey, you know what? You can't work on Saturday, and then on Saturday I'm doing whatever. You know, are you really walking out this walk? Are you really showing fear? True fear. Do you really fear the Most High? You got kids. Are you really sitting your kids down, going over these scriptures? Or do your kids see you living another way? You know, I grew up. Daddy was a pastor. My family was one of the worst families I knew. And my daddy was a pastor. So when I got older, I fell away from the church at first for a cool minute. Fell away because it was fake to me. I had cats saying one thing to me in my face, but then I'm seeing something totally different. I'm like, nigga, you saying this, but that ain't how you moving. You know, do you really believe what you say? Because if you did, your actions would line up. So is your actions lining up with what you saying? You got to ask yourself that, Israel. You got to check yourself. You got to test yourself. You prove yourself to make sure that you're walking in the way. My bad, Salakia. I want to get something out of the New Testament. Let's go to Acts 5. It just popped back up into my head. Salakia. Acts 5. Let's start at verse 1.
Oh, come.
This is
Book of Acts chapter 5 and verse 1. So like this book of Acts chapter 5 and verse 1. But a certain man named Ananias with Sapphira, his wife, sold a possession and kept back part of the price, his wife also being privy to it, and brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet.
Con. Go ahead, read.
But Peter said, Ananias, why hath Satan filled thine heart to lie to the Holy Spirit, and to keep back part of the price of the land?
Con.
Whilst it remained, was it not thine own? And after it was sold, was it not in thine own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thine heart, that thou hast not lied unto men, but unto Yahweh? And Ananias, hearing these words, fell down and gave up the spirit. And great fear came on all them that heard these things.
Con. So this was, I said we was going to go into the Old Testament. I said we was going to bounce back to the New Testament to look at, that the Most High don't be playing, right? So this is, Ananias, you can go and read the story. It starts, I actually want to say in chapter 4, but it finishes off in verse 5. When you see Ananias drop dead and his wife drops dead too, right? Before that man was even in the ground stinking, right? She came in and then she dropped dead because she turned around and lied, right? So the Most High ain't playing, man. We got to get back. Yes, we're under grace right now, right? But don't just take that grace for granted. Don't just think, oh, I got time. No, this thing should be, let's grab Baruch. Baruch chapter 4, and I think it's 11.
Salakia, I was trying to say Salakia earlier too.
Oh,
so if we get a chance, I'm gonna cut you.
You said what now?
So I was going to touch on something you mentioned earlier. I got like two verses.
Oh, go ahead. Bring it out. What you want? Bring it out.
You was touching on you earlier mentioned listening to the class before I came on, and you was talking about the things that the Most High will kill you for. You see what I'm saying? You mentioned, as you just touched on just now, you're talking about what is these feasts? What is these feasts that we keep? You know what I mean? And a lot of times our people look at it like it's just something to do, as we in this walk, but we have to remember, like you were saying earlier, the Most High will kill you for not doing what? For not following his commandments, right? And these are laws that the Most High in place on us. This is when we read through Leviticus and we read through Deuteronomy and stuff, like when you look at these laws, this is a major thing that's not being taught to our people today. It's not no importance behind it no more. Right? And even in this truth, a lot of times we don't put no effort or no emphasis on certain things and making it a point that we're supposed to be keeping this thing. Now, if the Most High was to just make it all drop dead just because we don't keep certain feasts that we're supposed to keep, then we might take it serious. But just because he's not being, not being quick with his judgment on us, and not casting us down like he used to, we taking this stuff for granted.
That's right.
Right? Leviticus 23, when it says in verse 2, it says, "Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord." Right? I'm gonna jump down to 34. It says, "Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall the feast tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord." Right? And this is what this is feast that we have coming up that we know is certain feast that we supposed to keep. All right. So we have to be a little bit better on that and try to make sure that we, as you say, teaching the kids these type of things, we have to instill in them that this is something important for us to be doing, man. And it's not just something to kind of go to see people. Even if it's 3 people there, be there. You know what I mean? At least you're there and you obey the Most High. Like Soldier Sakari Kahari brought out. You know what I mean? Obedience is more important than sacrifice, right? Right? We have to remember these type of things and stress on it. We just kind of, keep it low. Hey, focus on what these laws actually are, because a lot of our people don't even know what the laws are, man. Right? And all this was ringing in my head when I watched it. I'm driving home, coming like, man, I can't wait to get on this. I can say something. You know what I'm saying? But this is the type of stuff that our people need to remember, man. We breeze past this stuff kind of easy and take it for granted, bro. But if we actually take the time and instill this in our people, we can actually break these curses that our people love talking about, these generational curses, by keeping the Most High laws, which is not grievous. right? But go ahead, I yield the floor, man.
Con, that's it, man. That's right on. And so, you know, I want to bring out Baruch chapter 4 and verse 28. It says, "For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more." Right? When you come back, you got to seek him 10 times more. 10 times harder than what you was. Waking up talking about, I don't feel like it today. No, get your ass up.
Con.
If it's the Shabbat and you going to camp, man, go to camp. Seek the Most High 10 times more. You wake up, you work long hours, man, get up an hour earlier to spend time in that book, to read. Man should not live by bread alone, right? But every word that proceedeth out of the mouth. You have to be in this book. You have to read. And with that, Israel, I yield the water for the donations, the water for everyone who was attending the class, the water for my brethren, my soldiers, my Akim who go to war with me, who stand with me, the water for the elders, for the Adawans who labor, who teach, who give up their time to teach. And we're not like these Christian churches. We're not taking tithes and offerings. If you donate the water, all praises. But we're not asking you. We're not passing around collection plates, bucket plates. We're not telling you, hey, you got to give your 10th if you want a blessing. No, we're not doing that. We're not going to lie to you. We're not benefiting from this financially. We're not the TD Snakes and the Creflo Dollars out trying to buy jets and airplanes and $1 million mansions. We doing this because we love our people, because we love you, and because we ready to get up out this captivity. We tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of having to deal with these Edomites on a daily basis. I be looking at them sometime and I be smiling, but in my mind, I be like, man, I just want to bust their head to the white meat.
Salakia.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just got 2 precepts.
Bring them out.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 1 and verse 4. So be ye not as your fathers, unto whom the former prophets have cried, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts, turn ye now from your evil ways and from your evil doings. But they did not hear, nor hearken unto me, saith the Lord. So let's not be as our forefathers who came before us, who left us this price that we had to pay, right? Let's not be as we were in our former past, right? This is how we should be. This is the book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 10. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. So we have to have that love for each other, right? We was going in a Bible study yesterday, speaking on these things and how, love is the keeping of the commandments, but love also being to be affectionate to another, brotherly love, being righteous in your walk, all these different things that come hand to hand, being zealous for the commandments of the Lord, right? That's the death of the curses right there. And brother just told you how he just hates having to be around Esau all the time. I hate it too. I hate being in this captivity. I hate seeing my people under a foolish nation. It's sickening to me. It's sickening to my stomach. And I wouldn't want my children to come up in a place and have to bear those afflictions, man. It should be a shame to every man to see these people rule over your people and no justice go forth when they slaughter your people in the streets. This is what we want to come out of. And that's the only way we come out of this, is by keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High and having fear for the Most High rather than our circumstance. And with that, I yield.
No praise. Well, I'm through. Brothers got anything? I'm done.
I'm gonna bring this last little precept out there. This is Revelation 18 and 3. For all the nations, and 4, verse 4. I have heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin, and that ye receive none of her plagues." Like the brother was bringing out today, man. The Most High will kill y'all, man. All right. So let's separate ourselves from the ways of this world, man, and get back to the words of the Most High. Not just hearers, but doers also. All right. Let's remember to instill this in our people, like our forefather David talked to his son Solomon, told him, "Show yourself a man, and by following these commandments." Right. I mean, this is the type of things that we have to show our kids to show them how to live according to the Most High in righteousness, that the brother just said. All right. So let's separate ourselves from this wicked ways, this wicked world, man, and teach our people different. All right. This is what we're here for. We're here to watchmen to show our people different. So we're here to give you that message. Wake up before the Most High put you out to death, man, because the wages of sin is death. All right, Israel? I yield the floor, man.
Come on. All praises to the Most High. So, hey, beautiful class brought out by the brother Yahweh. He always comes with that fire and brimstone. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey, once again, tune in to our classes that we have on a weekly basis. Milk Monday, Truth Tuesday, Thursday Night Thunder, Friday night, the Sabbath class, where you can ask questions, all right? And you can, be on the phone with us and talk to us, you know what I mean? All right, and tune in on Saturdays on the Facebook page, like the Facebook page, so you can check out the camp, all right? And sometimes they let you pop questions up on the live stream on that too. You know what I'm saying? So you can get some questions answered live at camp. So definitely tune into those classes. Like you'll see scroll on the bottom of the screen if you wish to attend the Feast of Tabernacles. The gathering is September 24th, 6th, to email Sons of the Israelites at gmail.com. Also, if you plan on coming to Trumpets, I believe that's on September the 6th. You want to also send an email, Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. All right. So beautiful class brought out by the brother. Esau, you can't get away. Scoffers, you can't get away. 9 Bars been in the doggone comments scoffing the entire time. All right. And the brother ignored him beautifully and brought out his class. But I've been seeing, you know what I mean? You probably Esau, but you can't get away. You know what I mean? We building up this spiritual house, and you wanna ruin it, but it ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, all praises to the Most High with that. We're the Sons of Thunder Israelites. As I pray and desire for Israel, that they might be saved. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, Yashala. Shalom. Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.